guys, welcome back to my channel. Wow, it's been what? I think it's been 15 days since the last time I made a new video, since my latest or my last video. So yes, I'm back, and yes, I think this is the first tutorial for 2021. Happy New Year! So today I decided to paint a landscape painting for you guys, and this will be an easy subject. I chose an autumn scene so that it will be a colorful start for me. So yes, I've already sketched. As you can see, it's very rough sketch, but this is only because we will be using, or we will be doing, a lot of foliage painting and a lot of autumn colors, so everything will be covered with layers. So let's begin now, guys. Let me tell you first the colors that we'll be using for this autumn scene painting. And by the way, guys, this will be the first time that I'll be painting on a very small canvas. I'll be using a canvas board for this painting, and this is one of the smallest painting that I'll be doing, and this is the first time that I'll be doing this. So let's see. I'm really used to painting on bigger canvases, and yeah, let's just begin this and let's just get this done. So the colors that I'll be using for today's painting are as follows. We have cad yellow, permanent orange, Viridian, or if you don't have this color, you can use your phthalo green, burnt sienna, titanium white, of course, black. And I might use some red color later, but only a few, or only a small amount of red paint. But these are the basic colors that we'll be using for today's painting. Okay, so let me first underpaint the painting. First, I'm gonna get my black. Okay, I'm gonna darken this area of the painting because it will not be really shown. Okay, I hope you can see that. Yeah, it will not be really shown, or the details under this area are not really obvious because of shadows and absence of light. So this will be really dark. Also, this. Again, this is the underpainting. Just because I told you that this will be dark or black does not mean it's absolutely black. We're just trying to make some depth. Okay, we will be doing some more detailing later, just trying to get some depth already. Okay, now since I already have my black paint, I'm gonna wet it and add some white to make some gray. Okay, and I'll be using that for the road. This will be a pathway scene. So there's a pathway in here. You can add more white if it's too dark. Okay, I'm gonna add more white because it's all right, like this. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight, because it will be covered with foliage later. I mean the sides of the pathway. Okay, just make it quite straight here, like that. All right. Okay, you don't have to wash your brush. You can get your burnt sienna right away. You can add tiny bit of black to make it quite dark brown. And I'm gonna underpaint the corners or the sides of the pathway with the brown or the dark brown color. Okay, the benefit of underpainting it is you kind of color block the painting. You already identify through color blocking the subjects, where they should, where the object should go. All right, I hope that's okay. Okay, that's nice. Okay, just make sure it's covered. Okay. I'm blending a bit. All right. Wash your brush out now. I actually might lower the, what do you call this? The pathway portion. I might lower it by adding a lot of foliage, but we'll see, all right? All right, so now I'm gonna get my round brush. I'm actually using this brush for making foliage so that it's so easy for me to finish a painting. So if you don't have this one, you can simply use an old brush. Let's say an old, ow! Oh my God, it's so stiff that it kind of hurt me. Sorry guys. This one is an old brush of mine, and the brush or the bristles are quite stiff, so you can use this for foliage. Yeah, so just be careful, because you know I kind of hurt myself by touching the bristles. The tip of the bristles, they're quite stiff. So if you don't have this brush, you can use an alternative for this. I'm just using this because it's quite easy, and for tutorial purposes it will be really faster. So just use this brush. Again, this is not a special brush, it's just that I have this brush, a round tip brush. It's very round. It's the shape is almost like circle. So you can find this anywhere, I think, but if you really want the exact type, you can choose this type. It says here Rubens Craft Stencil R-2. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but yeah, just get yourself something like this. It doesn't have to be exactly like this. So for the foliage, I'm gonna do first the orange and mix it with burnt sienna to make some dark orange color. And I'm gonna start dabbing it like this. So the effect of this brush is actually create some foliage like image without actually stressing yourself so much about going into the details. Very impressionistic, in other words. But you kind of get it. You get the shape of the leaves from afar. All right. Now I'm gonna dab onto my yellow, cad yellow, and I'm gonna dab it here. Like that. Here as well. You can see how easy it is for me to create some foliage pattern. And again, I'm gonna get my orange. Get your orange and just dab again. Okay, you can even go inside the dark or the black area that we underpainted, this area that we underpainted earlier. Just dab. Do not cover the whole sky or the horizon completely, because we want to show some sky color. We will be coloring it with sky blue later, but for now let's just do the foliage. I'm gonna use the same orange color. Oh no, not the same. I'm gonna add more cad yellow this time to make some light orange or mid orange color, and I'm gonna dab it here, this side, like that, here as well. Okay, like that. All right, now we're going to get some green color. I'm not washing my brush because I want to create some yellow greeny color. So that's the effect of it. The mixture of yellow and green created some lighter version of the green color. Now I want to add some burnt sienna to tone it down. And again, burnt sienna. You can add a tiny bit of white to make it more like that, more visible. Again, burnt sienna. All right, like that. This is the color that I like. Everything will be muted or toned down. I'm gonna dab in some greens here, this side of the painting. All right, like that. I'm gonna get my cad yellow, try to mix it with my greens and dab it. We're actually creating some texture and volume. We're not just doing this for no purpose at all. The layering actually creates volume. Now I'm gonna get my black color, and carefully dabbing it, randomly try to space out evenly some depth here. Don't overdo this. We don't want any exaggerated depth. And we will go back to that here as well. Okay, now I'm gonna get my green color. We're gonna apply a little green this side. We don't want to leave it just like that, like full orange. We want to dab on some green as well, but only a few, all right, compared to this side. Now I'm gonna get my cad yellow again, and I'm gonna apply it here. And then get your orange. Again, get your orange. Don't mix the colors because we want the variety of colors to show. All right, like that. I'm gonna get my cad yellow now. Apply it here. Okay, like this. All right. Get your orange, apply it here. All right. And then, using the same mixture with the orange color, I'm gonna add some white to that. Okay, and then burnt sienna, like this. And we're gonna dab on some of this foliage, like the falling leaves on the side of the painting. I'm gonna get more white so that it's quite visible. Again, we're just trying to imitate the shape of the falling leaves and autumn leaves. We're not trying to go into full detail because this is landscape. Everything will be suggestive. Okay, here, light here. Now I'm gonna get my orange plus yellow. Again, apply it quite randomly. All right, get your orange. More orange. All right, now get your white, titanium white. So you can see I'm not really washing my brush because I kind of like the combination of all colors. This is just to highlight it. Okay, now let's go with the green color. Let's go with the green Okay, I'm gonna apply it here. Again, random, guys, random. Okay, some greens. All right, like that. Get your black. So your black, just carefully dab onto the sides randomly to create some depth and shadows. Alright, like that. Okay, leave this brush for a while. We're just gonna go back to that later. Alright, we're going to fix the road now before we add some stems and branches. Okay, I'm gonna get my smaller brush. Where's my smaller brush? Right, let's do first the road. I couldn't find my smaller brush. So I'm gonna get some light gray. I'm gonna get my white, tiny bit of black, just to make some light gray. I'm gonna apply that here, just to lighten the farthest area of the pathway here as well, just slightly. And I'm gonna make some lines like that and use my fingers just to blend. This is just to suggest some perspective. Alright, I'm gonna wash my brush out now. Okay, I'm gonna get my black. Get your black. And I'm gonna create here some suggestions of trunks of trees, like that. As you go near, as you go near the viewer, make your trunks quite fatter or bigger. And I'm gonna dab on some black to make some depth. And again, just get your black and we're going to create some branches. You can use a smaller brush for the branches. Here. Okay. I'm gonna make this quite dark. Okay, here. Create some shadows. Alright, now I'm gonna darken this portion to suggest some shadow. I'm gonna water down my black like that and just spread a tiny bit of black, suggesting some shadow here as well, like that. Very easy, right? Alright, like that. Don't do a lot of hard lines when it comes to shadows. Right, now I'm gonna get, okay, my green plus brown. Again, brown. I'm gonna add a tiny bit of yellow. I'm gonna water it down and we're gonna darken this area just to be suggestive of some more trees from afar. Don't darken it too much though. Just dab on some paints. Again, we're trying to do some suggestions more than anything else. We're not trying to do detailed trees because this is not a close-up type of painting. It's a landscape painting. Definitely we will do impressionism. I'm dabbing on some tiny bit of brown here and there. Okay, the sun is shining. There. All right, wash your brush out now. I'm gonna get again the foliage brush that I've been using for the foliage, of course. So I'm gonna get my orange and then cad yellow like this, and I'm gonna make some more foliage here, here. Okay, get your orange. Okay, here. So, right. Okay, now I'm gonna use some brush strokes to create the foliage. I just want to add some more volume. So I'm gonna use a small old brush, by the way, and I'm gonna get my cad yellow plus orange and try to make some like dabs and all that, like that, so that there will be variety when it comes to the shapes of the foliage, like huge leaves, small leaves, and all that. Okay, again, cad yellow here. Wow, the sun is shining. And then some more greens here and there. As you can see, if you notice my way of applying the paint when it comes to foliage, I'm just dabbing. I'm not really smearing anything. Now I'm using black. Like that. Again, I'm gonna use my black paint to darken or to suggest some shadows like that, and I'm gonna outline the pathway like that, just to make it more dark. I'm gonna darken this area. Alright. You can create more branches if you want. Okay. Like that. Okay, wash your brush out. gonna add more branches just to make it, and some suggestion of trunks, tree trunks from afar. Alright. Okay, brush out. Now I'm gonna get, again, my foliage brush. I'm gonna get my titanium white this time. I'm gonna add it to my yellow and orange and apply it to suggest some highlighted leaves. Again. Here. All right. Now I want you to get your red color, but we will not be using so much of red, just a tiny bit, because we just want to apply some other autumn color, which is red. I'm gonna add maybe burnt sienna and tiny bit of white so that it's quite visible. I'm gonna apply some reddish color here. So like, yeah, like that. So some reddish and pinkish color. Not too much though, just few. Here, more reddish color. Oops, sorry, that's too much. Right. Like that, even here. Actually, we don't need to paint the sky now because it's all covered in foliage. I'm gonna dab on some reddish color down here on the side of the pathway. I mean both sides though. So just dab on some pink. So I'm adding white to my red. Oops, that's too much. Alright, wash your brush out. I'm gonna dab on some black. Alright. Now I want to paint it with some yellow green. So I'm gonna get my yellow, mix it with green. I'm gonna make some greeny colors here. Like that, here. So just some grasses. Okay, I'm gonna add white to my green. And then more yellow green. You can be, or you can do more volumized version of this if you want. You can do this all day, to be honest. Okay, again, some orange. Just keep on dabbing. Okay, again, some greens. I'm gonna get my white, okay, and slightly dab it on to some areas just to highlight it. All right, here. Okay, make some browns. Okay, I'm gonna fix that one. Okay. Okay, let's make some foliage here. Just scatter it as if, you know, they fell onto the pathway randomly. Like that. Like this. You can actually use your palette knife to create some foliage. You can do that. So I'm just trying to highlight some fallen leaves here. I'm just adding white to the same foliage color that we have up here. Right. Okay, now I'm gonna use again my foliage brush. I'm gonna get my yellow, and my orange actually got super muddy already, but I'm gonna use it same way here, up here, just to add more texture. Here, some more greens. here randomly. You can wash your brush out now. Okay, I really need to get my finer brush just to create some. Okay, I'm gonna use this brush. It's quite fine. I'm gonna get my black and I'm gonna create some more branches. Make it quite, or make them quite thin. As well. Here, just suggestions of shadows. Now I'm gonna get my white. I'm gonna make some spaces. Like that. Alright, wash your brush out. I'm gonna go and continue the branches. Okay, I'm gonna get my green colors. All right. You can get some more yellow or green. Okay, I'm gonna get my orange. I told you you can do this forever. You can even continue tomorrow because it's all foliage. So you can decide whether the thickness or the volume of your foliage is enough. Okay, I think I need more yellow. I'm just gonna get a little more yellow. I'm gonna make this quite light, this area. Right. Here. Okay. Again, some greens. Yellow greens. Okay. All right. It's nice, right? So nice. You see, by adding a lot of texture and layering, you can actually achieve that nice realistic feel to it. So again, I'm gonna get my white tiny bit of white. I'm just gonna make this quite brighter. Like that. This corner. Maybe I'm gonna make some highlights like that. Right? Suggestions of light here. Sky, just add white. I just decided to use white instead of sky blue. Right. Make some tiny holes in the foliage to suggest that you can actually see the sky behind those foliage. Just tiny bit. Like that. Okay, here. Can water it down and just highlight I mean. Like that. And I'm gonna get my yellow and just dab like that. This is so nice. Okay, so I'm gonna sign it now. I'm just gonna use my white because I have a lot of it. Okay, I'm gonna sign it here. All right, I think I can only fit in my name, Chet. All right. Yay! We're done, guys. We're done for the first painting tutorial of 2021. Yay! So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this one. See you in my next video, guys. I've missed you so much.